What no burgers?
What no burgers? My old university.
What a step for climate control. Welcome back to London Vegans.
I'm Polly.
I'm Phil.
I know I look a bit different at the moment.
Yeah, you've gone mysteriously blonde.
Blondie pinky.
Yeah, because you've been sun-tanned, sun-kissed.
Yeah, and been in a swimming pool and things. So,
Like the sun, innit?
And I was going to diet before I came over here today, and then I realised I didn't have enough dye at home, so I'm going to have to get some dye. And I thought I'd get home on time, but I probably won't be able to get... Anyway, that's really boring.
Well, if you missed our live stream, Polly does reveal all and explain why she's been away and who she's been with, more importantly. It's all very exciting.
Anyway, so today we're going to talk about the university that's just down the road and where I did my PGCE, which is the wonderful Goldsmiths University.
What an amazing news story. What a great positive news story as well. Not just for climate change, but obviously for animals too, because they put a stop to
beef products.
Beef products.
But what gets me is the reporting of it is already being very sensationalist. Like the Sun, we've just been looking through the headlines, and the Sun is in big letter, big capitals, bans burgers. They're not just banning burgers, they're banning all beef products.
But it's great because people will sit up and take notice of it if it's reported on in that way, and I think because people need to.
Yeah, but the only problem with that is when you think of who the Sun readership are.
Oh, well, yeah, but that's inevitable.
And then obviously you're going to get the kickback from the fact it's going to be preachy vegans, preachy vegetarians. But actually what Goldsmiths are doing is way more than just... The whole idea of banning suggests that they're not allowing it on campus. It's just that they're not going to be selling it. Ban suggests to the audience...
It's a negative...
Yeah, it's
thing.
a
They're
negative
making
connotation.
it out to be a negative thing, that actually it's for really good reasons.
So what it says here, we're on the BBC website at the moment.
Can I just quickly say, I got sent these tea bags, these herbal tea bags from Amazon. Yeah. As a thank you for making some purchases on Amazon.
lots and lots of purchases.
And look at this weird tea bag. It's like...
Oh, haven't you seen those? Like tea pigs are like them.
They're like plastic.
Like tea pigs ones.
Yeah, I'm not so sure I like that.
Have you not had tea pigs?
No.
Oh yeah, tea pigs, tea bags are like that.
I'm going to try it now. It's mint and chocolate.
Mint and chocolate herbal tea.
It smells weird, doesn't it?
I really like the smell. It smells really chocolatey. But the idea of a chocolatey...
It actually doesn't taste that chocolatey. Try that.
Well, I didn't think it would. Herbal tea bags never taste as good
Polly's
as they
on her 5th coffee of the day.
I am actually. A taste of nothing. Taste of water.
It's quite a nice cocoa-y...
No, it's not. It tastes of muddy water.
It doesn't taste that minty.
Water.
I would prefer it's minty anyway.
They're just removing all beef products from sale. So it's not that they're banning this on campus. And if you know the area, there's loads and loads of burger joints, there's chicken shops. I mean, Morley's is a famous one for South East London. There's some really lovely little cafes around Goldsmiths. So it's not like students can't take the products onto the site. So the idea of banning is, I think, inflammatory.
Well, I think what they're doing is they're just not being a part of that.
Yeah.
It's
they're
like
not. Yeah.
Vegans wouldn't buy into that whole process of that industry. So I think it's a great thing for that reason because they're also, with this news story, educating people.
Yeah. So some of the other things they're doing, they're charging a 10p levy on bottled water and single-use plastic cups, which I think is brilliant. We need to get rid of single-use plastic. Switch to 100% clean energy supplier as soon as possible. They're going to spend money, and they've got an allotment, so they're going to spend money on the allotment and identify other areas where planting could help absorb carbon dioxide. So they reckon they emit about 3.7 million kilograms of carbon each year, but is hoping to become carbon neutral within the next 6 years.
Yeah.
Which is amazing.
It is amazing. And you also have to remember how influential this is going to be as well, because they're really, I think, the first university to do this, aren't they? They've got to be, because I've not seen this done somewhere else. I mean, on a smaller scale, perhaps. But I think it's really influential and really... a really positive step. And
Goldsmiths have always been a very lefty kind of right on university, but it's, you know, because it's mainly an arts university, famous arts university, it has that those kind of students that will buy into it as well. And
they're very aware.
They're going to try and increase the number of students studying climate change. The college's new head, Professor Francis Corner, so it is a new head, so bringing this in, the growing global call for organisations to take seriously their responsibilities for halting climate change is impossible to ignore.
Yeah.
Though I've only just arrived at Goldsmiths, it is immediately obvious that our staff and students care passionately about the future of our environment and that they are determined to help deliver the step change we need to cut our carbon footprint drastically and as quickly as possible.
What a really powerful thing to do as in your new role.
Yeah.
And it can only get better. You think what the future is going to be like for Goldsmiths and the other universities and colleges that are going to be inspired by that action too, because I think over the next year we're going to see a lot of other people doing the same thing.
Well, this has always been my argument anyway about, I'm just trying to see what how the Sun's reported it, because I think this will be quite interesting. It's actually very, very neutral, the Sun's reporting of it, which I actually find very encouraging.
It's not a paper that I would read or pay for.
No. I mean,
for obvious reasons.
I have to study it with my students. It's one of our...
But it's good that a lot of people reading that paper will open their minds a little bit, hopefully, because I've seen a lot of tweets over the last few weeks, especially this week. I saw a woman tweeting, "Oh, carry on eating burgers, it's fine because so much land is used for vegans' food." It's like, hang on a minute.
No,
you do realise that cows eat plants
the same as us,
and you also more of that land.
And you also actually eat that food. If you look at the amount of meat-based products that have soya products in them. I really like this quote by Professor Francis Corner, the new head of Goldsmiths. Declaring a climate emergency cannot be empty words. And I think that's it. We are now in the end times. If, you know, maybe sounding dark, but there are reports that we've got 11 years left before we cannot turn this around. We have... I mean, I was talking to Paul about this and we were saying how I'm not spiritual in the slightest. I don't believe in a God. But I do believe in the earth as a living, breathing thing.
You can't ignore it.
And it's fighting back.
Yeah.
Because she can survive. I mean, I refer to the earth as a she, as Mother Gaia. She can survive without us. One of my biggest arguments in actually seeing a big institution like Goldsmiths, and they are world-renowned, this university, absolutely world-renowned. One of the things that always gets me is that the onus is always put on the individual. You need as an individual to cut down on your plastic use. You need as an individual to pay a 10p levy for a plastic bag. Why the hell are the big businesses
and
not
the government?
doing... Well, I can see, you know, Canary Wharf's over there, right? We can see it virtually from... Well, we can see it from here. Every night, their lights are on. All night.
Yeah.
How much of an impact is that? And all they do is offset it with offset their carbon footprint.
Yeah, of course. Well, over a long time, that's going to be an incredible waste of resources, isn't it? And you mentioned this on a previous video just recently, a couple of weeks ago, is the fact that it should be the bigger bodies, the government and the bigger organisations, the corporations that should be changing their ways. And I'm seeing it. I'm seeing a lot of people and companies that are doing it, which is great to see, but it needs to be done quicker,
and it needs to be done with a heart and a belief instead of doing it, you know, like.
But it's the same with the straws. Yeah. So many people are still saying, "Oh, I'm not using plastic straws," but they're still eating fish, which is another thing. It's like, you do realise if you don't eat fish, or if you do eat fish, that's actually more damaging than
that's what
just using plastic straw.
I know, but it's that whole thing of like. People giving lip service, and I admit I am terrible because the amount of single-use plastic I have is appalling.
Oh, I'm the same, and I'm
absolutely
more
appalling.
Conscious of it now. But
I'm becoming a lot because I eat a lot of food on the go. I'm becoming way more aware of it, but I'm still doing it. And this is the thing. It's like new vegans will find this, and it's you. Do the one step and you think, right, I'm vegan now, great, I'm doing this, and then suddenly it's like, oh shit, it's like, you know, going away and flying.
Yeah.
I do have a guilt about flying.
Yeah, well, just transport full stop, isn't it?
But then I think about all these politicians and that, and you'll get one person on a plane.
Well, we had Emma Thompson who was receiving flack because of that demonstration. I thought, personally, well, actually she's doing more good than harm in a sense because she's raising awareness of the problem. Yes, she's come from a long distance, but you know, it's difficult, isn't it?
Anytime Donald Trump needs to get anywhere in America, he gets on Air Force One.
Yeah.
How much fuel does that use to get him backwards and forwards across the country?
So a friend of mine was commenting recently on Facebook. She's not a vegan, but she was really interested in the effects of veganism and how it is obviously not just good for the animals, but for the planet as well. And we got into a really good discussion. And at first it did seem like she was being a bit kind of dismissive of it. But I realised that she was just a bit overwhelmed by all the things that she's meant to be doing to save the planet. And it was a really good point, because I thought, actually, you are being bombarded by it in a sense, because it feels very scary.
The onus is on you as an individual as well, and that's why I find I sometimes hide away from things, and I will, and like people do about veganism, they bury their heads in the sand, because it is so overwhelming. I mean, it is terrifying.
But what I realised was she wasn't having a pop at me about the vegan thing, because she's not vegan. She was just trying to understand it, and I think what perhaps she went away with was that she should go vegan because it does tick a lot of the boxes.
Yeah, we have to make dramatic steps now, because the West have killed the world. You know,
I think human behaviour, full stop, has, because we've been selfish and greedy.
Yeah, and I have been.
Yeah.
I have.
Well, I include myself in that as well.
Oh God, I've been.
Yeah.
And
it's a wake-up call, isn't it?
I apologise to my students actually, and say I'm really sorry for what the baby boomers, Generation X, Generation Y have done. Are we generation? What generation are we? We're X or Y?
I don't know, but that's another thing, isn't it?
You know,
we have to be responsible, and we have to think of the people that we're bringing into the world as well, because it's their future.
Yeah.
We're of that age now where we've had a good life already. I'm not saying we're old, but
we're over halfway through our lives.
Yeah,
now.
But we have to really think of the future. And you know, when you said about the 11 years thing as well, it's
terrifying.
It's terrifying. If you're bringing a baby into this world, you should be clued up as to what steps you should be taking, I think.
Yeah.
And it is overwhelming, but I think you just need to research it more.
Sorry, I just kind of went off there because suddenly my brain started going, shit, I suddenly got a massive wave of guilt about the fact that I'm going around going, yeah, great, I'm vegan, look at all the good I'm doing. Then I'm thinking, oh my God, how many packaged sandwiches do I have? How many packaged salads do I have? How many bottles of drink do I have regularly? What am I doing?
But you are making the changes, though. I think
but
there's only so much you can do.
I'm not doing enough.
I think we should do another video. Actually, I think we should vlog about it. I think we should vlog about all the things that we think we're not doing.
Yeah.
Or that we think we're doing that is detrimental.
Yeah.
Because I think there's going to be answers out there from people watching as well as suggestions, what we could do instead, and maybe help us guide us into a different direction. And
let's not get into arguments. Please, let's be nice.
Well, we talked about that as well, the infighting thing. That's really important.
Let's be really nice, guys. Let's support each other. Because I saw another big... I ended up just... Because I had insomnia last night. So obviously I end up reading massive, long arguments between vegans. And it's like... Yeah, I know when we first go vegan or something, we get a bit angry and we just want to fight all the time.
Yeah, I get that.
But... like we've always said, use Earthling Ed as your, I kind of say as your kind of beacon, weirdly.
He really is.
It's just like the way he talks is with...
the best example, I think. He's brilliant. And
compassion,
I think, yeah,
and
exactly.
love.
And try and listen to people as opposed to just talking to people.
Yeah, I mean, I'm finding it now being with obviously, well, not obviously, but going out with an omnivore. So I've never once gone all preachy on him.
No. Oh, that reminds me.
And I just try and I will only talk about things when he brings it up, because it's like I don't want to alienate him, and I think that's the problem. A lot of people who are
being divisive,
environmentalists, are vegans. When you're passionate about something, it's so easy to alienate others, and you don't want to do that, because the more you alienate, the less likely someone is to make those changes.
It's very true. You just reminded me, I went to my cousin's wedding in Maidstone just last week, and I saw my sister-in-law for the first time in quite a while. And she said, "Oh, I've been watching all your videos." And what I thought was really lovely, what I took away from it was, wow, that's exactly what we want out of this channel, is not to be preachy. She said, "Oh, you never come across as being preachy vegans." Yes, I've probably been like that in the past.
Yeah, I think I definitely have when I've been on a rant.
And you know, we're not judging either that people are like that.
Yeah.
It's not what we want out of this channel. We want to kind of get into conversations and just be really positive about promoting veganism.
Yeah.
We don't want to be, you know, don't want that divisive thing going on.
No, it's one of the things Paul says when he's told people about the two of us, and he says, "Oh, she's a vegan. She's not one of those preachy ones."
Yes.
And I think this is awful that I can't talk when I'm not at school. Adjectives, putting preachy in front of vegan. Those two words have gone together so much now, and it's almost like that. Those two words go together now. And we need to get away from that. We need to stop being preachy. I think now's the time. We're at a point where we're in crisis, and we've just got to all come together. If someone's a flexitarian, let them be a flexitarian, because there are still animals being killed for them.
I think chances are, though, they're more likely to go vegan if you're not hammering it into them in that way. I mean, you can still educate them, but it's just... I didn't mean that.
My mind went.
So anyway, let us know what you think. And by the way, we are here regularly posting content on YouTube, as well as our social media and our website at ldnvegans.com. That's ldnvegans.com.
Yep.
Check out more content. Keep watching, because there is a playlist just there.
And I think we're gonna start doing more about climate change and environmental issues, because that's is something that's really getting to me now.
Yeah, so let us know what you think. If you've got any questions, leave a comment below, or any suggestions.
Oh, sorry. Yes.
For what we could do next.
And please, let's just be nice in the comments.
Yeah, see you next time.
Love you.